calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. It may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Ny'ardbert. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether comprising Garuda's barrier into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might require one? No. But I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Ny'ardbert, who resides in Camp Drivebone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Mark met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies. Corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It is as a result of these conversations that poor Mark was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Ny'ardbert, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. So I did cut out like a line of dialogue there because I forgot to turn my mic on for the first bit, but it was really just like, we're doing the thing. We did a good job by finding the ship, but we still need to fight Garuda. So it probably isn't going to make the final cut of the episode. Oh, that's reassuring that that's happening now. Excuse me, do you know a man named Ny'ardbert? Yes. Why, yes, I am Professor Lambertaint. Beg pardon, you wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. Yep, that's me, Ny'ardbert, man of science. So rare is it to find fellow intellectuals in this region. It is even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egads, man, at least take the necessary precautions so you do not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you have sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. My qualification is that my ether can't be corrupted. Or, rather, it is exceedingly difficult. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. Luckily for you, I have precisely the means by which these inherent dangers may be averted. Simply store the crystal you seek within this warded pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, take the pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of ether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. That is not outside. That is outside. Oh, it's raining in Thanalan. That's probably a good sign. Like, clearly there's not enough vegetation here that it doesn't, like, never rain. I think my computer might be starting to get kind of old. It's got some performance issues that are starting to crop up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hahasako, sir? How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. That wasn't where I jumped to. Sorry, poor choice of words. That was not what I was assuming. I have this pot to collect crystals in. What have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertaint. You thieving knave, I shall call for the... Oh, you say the man himself lent it to you? Then you must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Buddy, you got some issues that you should, like, probably work out. Oh, frabjous day, Kalu Kalay, that I should be chosen to guide this man. Yes, I, Hahasako, greatest of Professor Lambertaint's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the Burning Wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. Something tells me that naught but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous Mirranites lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution, and you shall surely survive. So the burning wall is that. I know it's not really showing up much in the rain, but much like how in Limsa there's that crystalline structure near the coast where the calamity like messed up the ether, this is that like dialed up to 1,000,000. Or maybe just 1,000. That is one of my favorite mounts, and I sincerely hope I get it someday. And Golden Discs aren't aggressive. Mirror Knights are. Look loud at this place. Okay, go all the way back around. Excuse me, pardon me. Don't worry, just passing through. Catboy on a mission. Crashed it, I think. Oh, it's below me, I think? Oh man, if I jump there, I don't know if I know how to get back up. Which sounds like a future me problem. Oh, no, it's present me problem because it won't let me jump. Alright. What else do I get down here? Where do we say to go down there? I'm curious that this is the place that we're coming to get a crystal that's presumably corrupted with wind ether. Because like, this looks like primarily earth ether, at least at a glance. Like, colors-wise. But maybe we want earth because it's the opposite of wind? Can't say I'm an expert on etherology. Kaiba? Could use the backup. Quarrying mall. It would not be a lie to say that this sledgehammer was made for harvesting corrupted crystals. Oh, wait, there's more. Aboard the pot. Put it in the pot. Riveting gameplay. Okay, now to figure out how to get the fuck it back out of here. So I know there aren't that many quests between now and Garuda. I do have to wonder like what level Garuda is. I don't really remember. I know it's less than 46, I want to say. But other than that, I don't know. But if it spikes in level, we're only slightly ahead of the curve right now. Well, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we have to like, stop and run a dungeon or something. I see. You've come galumphing back. Have you the crystal then? The warded pot contains a corrupted crystal. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal! Professor Lambertaint will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped with you with your harvesting. You did, in fact, give me a hammer. Thank you. I did some inventory management between streams, so my inventory is a little less cluttered. I've actually got the appropriate equipment in my armor chest now. Speaking of which, I should update my setup. Oh, that is an awesome shirt. Good look, Ny'ardbert. Not gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of Aldous' stuff. If you don't know who Aldous is, watch the Gladiator quests. And if you watch the Gladiator quests and still don't know who Aldous is, then I'm probably not remembering his name correctly. Hello, Mr. Taint. My keen scholar's senses tells me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal, am I right? Yes, it's in pot. If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desire. The corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected ether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected ether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am not at fault for not inquiring. I suppose I'm at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. If I had known your intent, I would have never sent you to Hasako. But what is science if not trial and error? And can you truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Yes. Think, man. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You will doubtlessly have no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldesion. You've heard of them? Well, I don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. I knew them personally, for some of them. They're actually not far from here. You can go up a bit and visit them at the church there. there is a bit of dirt between us and there, but... Are you alright? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. Okay. Any hints on how to do that? Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Kiana, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lanasia. Hey, speak the devil. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lanasia was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an imperial castrum. Now that made for an amusing anecdote. It was western Lanasia, Ferrociros, on the Isle of Umbra to be precise. Can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dullamwood's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she is still in Aleport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Kiana's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you are unprepared for the task. Alright, to Aleport. So I fully expected to get that rock out and be like, oh, that's a earth aspected crystal. You need a wind aspected crystal. So the double, I guess triple turn technically. No, yeah, double of what you have there is a wind aspected crystal. It's like, oh, that's a surprise. And you needed a different one. It's like, fuck. There you are. Kiana. Nice to meet you. Eh? Corrupted crystals? Sir, I've no interest in being the butt of your jokes. So if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. I feel like I'm missing some context here. I do have an empty pot. Well, I'll be damned. Professor Lambertain did send you. Beg your pardon. It seemed we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Kiana, greatest of the Professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... Oh, gods. This list should be prattled on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. It's probably not pirates. As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Ferrociros is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I have yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great detail to the subjects not questioning. Mayhap you will have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've all but given up at this point. Yo, lady. Why is the island closed? Ah, you startled me. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this? With all this fatuous gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Is it nonsense? You know how ales brewed, adventurer? You take malted barley, ferment it with yeast, and add herbs and spices to give it character. The stuff is a deal cheaper than wine. For that, it's loved by the small folk. Cool. I guess this place is called Aleport. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra. Bloody hells, lad. Are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, death, and more death. I mean, I'm just crazy, but if you'd like me to get drunk first, I could do that if that's like a prereq to go. Alright. my god, let me jump. There we are. Gosh, air areas can get pretty fussy sometimes. The Isles of Umbra? What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Cirrus, the Isles have become not more than a graveyard for ships, unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for the souls dragged out to the depths within them. Well. So it's 2 spooky 5 me, is the idea. And that's why it's closed. Because the Yellow Jackets are spooked. Maybe if I find the thing that's spooking them and hit it really hard with an axe, then we'll be square. Ah, Ny'ardbert, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with the undead, you say? That is a very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. So are they gathered enough? Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all travel to the Isles of Umbra is restricted, well, mayhaps it's considered too dangerous, owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Cirrus. Yes, well, anyway, since you were questioning those Yellow Jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling our wits on occasion. It was there that I heard tell of a man named Skifrin, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. Da-da-da. This is the first I've heard of someone actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested, after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. To the jails! Yo. What's the deal with the Isle?
I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Tell Milmadoa I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Or you could release me. Yes, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go to her.
What's his deal? Alright. So I'm getting siren vibes. Also, this feels like a run-up to a dungeon that I'm, like, pretty sure is a level 50 dungeon? Maybe there's, like, a smaller version of it? What did Skifrin have to say? It's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care less how he misses his favorite bar wench. Well, what was that about a man named Milmadoa? Wait, I know that name! That's the bastard who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him in his wandering hands. There's no way to, like, play that off as casual if you're a Lollapel. That's, like, you're really banking on getting away with it. You can't oops accidentally your way out of that one. Hey! Stop that. Another initiate, are you? No? Then what are you? Speak up, son. I can't hear you. It's got a feather. Yeah. Bugger me. Is this what I think it is? No, it couldn't be. You found this, you say? Where'd you say you found it? Skifrin, you say? was hoping to have a word with the lad, but it sounds like there's naught left twixt his ears. He's supposed to help patch up fair Cirrus he was. Company said he supervised a lot of them. Weren't getting work done on their own, so half of them walked off, half of them ran off, and half of them up and vanished. That's 3 halves. What's that? If you're looking for passage to the Isles of Umbra, why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look at on behalf of Madoa. Tell them how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested till you came a-calling. Whole port's up in arms about the spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hire some sellswords and let them sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper and he'll see you there and back. Alright, hey. I'm going there. So you went and had a word with the Madoa? Have the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounted to something? It did. Also, rude. I mean, I know, like, he's an asshole, but I'm just trying to make this stuff work. You mean that disgusting creature was Skifrin's superior? I find that hard to believe. But this writ of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say, it is a relief to work with such an industrious man as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you will make on the Isles of Umbra. Without me. I get spooked by ghosts. Fine, fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey. But if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. The sea calls to me. I had to change into my bathing suit and go for a dip. Responsibilities be damned! I think you're just trying to get out of going to the Isles. Where's that? Take me to the Isles of Umbra, he bids. As if it's as simple as... Oh, I see you've got a writ of passage. Alright then, climb aboard. It just doesn't seem all that bad. I'm not saying I'd like to build a summer home here, but... Oh, the hell's with this. Here, take your pot and go on without me. You've harvested corrupted crystals before, right? It isn't as though you require my assistance. Speak to the man guarding the gate. I'm sure he'll let you in. Now, if you please excuse me. You came all the way here just to run off immediately? Ugh. What am I looking at? Oh, it's a torch. It looked like there was someone further away, like, holding their hands up spirit bomb style. And I was like, what am I looking at? Beg your pardon, sir, but how did you come here? Access to the island is currently restricted. I've got a pot. An old pot. I'm not sure I follow. Oh, I see. You wish to harvest a corrupted crystal. Sorry, friend, but you may have to return empty-handed. Okay, bye. Wait, no, sorry. You still have a quest marker. The writ Master Madoa gave you may grant you access to the island, but only authorized personnel may proceed past this point. Why, you ask? Look up and see for yourself. I can't. When that giant mass of crystal struck the lighthouse, it caused severe damage to both the structure and the machinery within that once powered the beacon. Aye, contrary to what the small folk would have you believe, the fires of Pharaoh Cirrus were not the product of a mage's thaumaturgy or a colossal arcane bomb, but an elaborate contraption fueled by ethereal energy. Repairs are still ongoing, but it's anyone's guess when they'll be complete. What's worse, all work has ceased since rumors of the Walking Dead drove off our entire crew. Not that those rumors are incorrect. That secret lair was dismal. I've observed the fiends from a distance at the ship graveyard to the south. What's drawn them to our shores is still a mystery, though. I'll make you a deal, Ny'ardbert. Help me unravel this mystery, and I'll bring you your corrupted crystal. In fact, I shall begin searching for one that satisfies your requirements. As for where to begin your inquiries into the situation, it so happens that a party of 3 adventurers came ashore not long ago, seeking to scavenge valuable trinkets at the ship's graveyard. I'd be surprised if they knew nothing of the undead infestation, so it might behoove you to question. Hey, Arapi Taropi. You saw them too, right? Dead people. Just shambling about without a care in the world. Except when they do seem to care, that is, and start shuffling towards the water. Hey, Louie. Gods, that voice, that single fleeting verse. I could still hear it. Stay clear of the southern shore, friend. It took every ounce of my strength to resist. Our supplies are fast dwindling, fellas. It's past time we up and left this godforsaken place. It's all there for the taking. 5 bleeding years worth of the wrecks and their cargo. But those queer dead things and that voice. Actually, the voice was quite nice. Alright, so it sounds like there's a whole bunch of zombies or skeletons on the South Shore and some sort of siren that's making them? Making corpses that become them? This talk of an alluring voice is disturbingly familiar, as if... That's impossible. They're all dead, aren't they? Well, you just said there's a bunch of undead, so maybe it's a zombie siren? Oh. I was kidding. But if they have returned, that would mean... Oh, beg your pardon. I was just, thinking about something. Which reminds me, I received word that Master Mimado would be arriving any moment. Apparently he grew tired of waiting for the, quote, lanky young lad with the 1,000-yalm stare to return, which I'm assuming is you. Yikes. I don't know what sort of arrangement you had, but you should probably go and explain yourself. Bruh, I was gone for like 10 minutes. What's been keeping you, initiate? I ain't getting any younger, you know. Yeah, some honey-voiced harlot's been calling out to folk who'd wander near the ship graveyard. That stirred up the dead and all? Bloody hells, this takes me back to my days as a cannon boy, sailing under old Mistbeard. But they wouldn't dare, would they? Not after the lesson we learned them last time. Bah, they bloody would, though, wouldn't they, brazen old biddies? Some folks said as the first purge would be the last, but I knew, deep down in me bones, that this day would come. And come it has. I'd bet me bum ear a siren's behind all this. Nay, not one of the sanguine variety, initiate. I speak of the other kind, them what's got feathers and lure sailors to the watery grave with their sweet, sweet song. Oh, but it don't end there. No drowning's just the start. See, even in death a man stays bound to the beast, forced to do her bidding till his corpse can't do it no more. 'Tis a fate I wouldn't wish on me worst enemy. Except maybe in drink. And I'd regret it after. Any road, 'tis up to us to stop this hell's-born hussy afore she takes another soul. Of course, we can't send you marching off to war without these. The sirens don't have no power o'er a man as can't hear her song. It's lucky for you I carry a spare pair, and lucky for the both of us I'm a superstitious old sod, eh? Well, she ain't coming to us, so we best head over to her. The ship graveyard initiate. This rando, pervy, Lalafell Carpenter dude. 4. A member of a legendary pirate crew. But he seems to walk the walk, so... Is it snowing? No. It's just windy. Alright. Oh, yep, those are zombies, or skeletons. If she passes near the shore, she's sure to spy the campfire and come looking. Just a matter of waiting now. Okay. Beginning to wonder if some sly bugger ain't spun us a yarn here. Quiet. Do you hear that? 'Tis her. Look out! Out of the water! She comes, Nishiat! She come! Oh. Hello there. Quick, lad. Shove them plugs in your ears and get ready here for a fight. As soon as she realizes you're deaf to her ditties, she'll call on her thralls and we'll be up to our neck in corpses before you know it.
Hither, embrace, mine everything, all. True love spurn is cruelty's reward. Cast out callous soul, dead to desire. Spare, mournful mistress, distress. Melody, last breath of death, a rhythm. Dost thou not to relent, regret, live alone? I love a river, one look so shiver.
Do I not need to fight the siren proper? Oh, tag. Rude. Am I alright? Ha! I'm better than that initiate. Happy as a sailor in a whorehouse I am. Of course, I'd be happy as a sailor with 2 Watsits if we gutted the songstress, but can't have everything, can ye? She'll not come crooning round here again, though, not for a while, any road. If she does, well, we know what to do, don't we? Thanks for the help. Bugger me, I clean forgot your name. Remind me, Ny'ardbert. Remind me. Ny'ardbert? I don't recall having no initiate by that name. But if you're not my old mate, or what's name, why have you been so bloody helpful? Ah, never mind. Be seeing you, lad. I'm curious what he thought I was an initiate in, like in it being initiated of. Problem's fixed. You mean it was a siren? But how were you able to resist her song? I see. I'd heard that Master Memedo was involved in the first purge, but I never actually... I survived an ordeal like that. I can't blame him for carrying earplugs around with him. Anyway, I have something for you. The corrupted crystal you wanted. Safely sealed within the pot, just as you requested. Please, take it with my compliments. Alright, let's head on back. Hello, Skipper. Please take us from this accursed place. Go further. Oh, it's you. Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. You're looking remarkably hale, I must say, and more importantly, alive. You are alive, aren't you? Yes, I am not undead to the best of my knowledge. The conquering hero returns bearing a gift. Might I have a closer look? You can look. It is not a gift, though. At least not for you. Impressive. Very impressive indeed. Yes, I think you'll be quite pleased with this specimen. Congratulations, Ny'ardbert. Seldom, if ever, have I encountered a corrupted crystal composed of such a volatile overabundance of fire-aspected ether. What? You wanted a corrupted crystal composed of ice-aspected ether to counteract the effects of a raging wind? Ah! Well, this specimen won't help you there. Anyone who knows anything about the elements can tell you that. We'll just have to keep looking, I suppose. Ny'ardbert, I know this is at least partially on them, but like, I can't control what your silence says. You gotta tell them. Okay, do you know where I can get an ice crystal? Don't fret now. I know exactly where to find a corrupted crystal comprised of ice-aspected ether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings. What's with that expression? I thought you'd be pleased to hear this news. This is not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. And what's even better is that this time you needn't use that warded pot of yours to protect yourself from this crystal's energies. Haddon's findings suggest that it's quite safe. Why, you ask? Well, let's just say that it has undergone a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, do not let me keep you. It's been a pleasure, Ny'ardbert. Come back and see me sometime, alright? No. No, I don't think I will. In Gridania. Can you be any more specific where in Gridania you are? By the amphitheater. Alright, cool. Work with that. That's why it keeps reappearing whenever I open up a map. Okay. Greetings and salutations, Mr. Tia, I presume. Kiana informed me of your adventures in Elport. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding, though, as Professor Lambertant is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasteful. Right, but I'm not doing it in the name of science. I'm doing it in the name of preservation. Like we're trying to go kill a god. And we kind of have a time. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing the properties you seek could be found in abundance at the standing courses following the calamity. Alas, that is no longer the case. While there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found within the Twelves Wood, precisely where it is at any given moment is more difficult to say. Permit me to explain. You're familiar with Spriggans, yes? The furry little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones? Well, one such creature with an infamously insatiable appetite has single-handedly devoured every corrupted crystal in the Twelves Wood. Fortunately for you, these crystals take an eternity to digest, assuming they even can be digested. And I am reasonably confident that at least one still resides within his gut. It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is that this Giggity first consumed a corrupted crystal when... You couldn't care less about all this, could you? To the point, then. Giggity seldom makes his presence known, unless there's a particularly fine fodder to be had. Therefore, we shall require a lure, and I have precisely the sort that you will find impossible to resist. Simply place this true heart, which will save the story of the origin of its unusual name for another occasion, outside of the Spriggan's lair, and wait for the opportune moment to pounce. As for the method by which you retrieve the crystal from his gut, I shall leave that to your discretion. I think we're taking the most direct route, which is through him. He's got the next round. He's never keep straight which one of these goes where. God, how much is probably up there. I bet if I'd looked at that map closer, I should have gone out the White Wolf Gate. But I didn't. For I am a fool. Oh. Alright, jiggity. Oh wait, I should probably read the description on that. What's that say? This bright blood-colored ore is thought to be a symbol of loyalty and honesty. No, I'm not after you. I'm after some sort of king of the brigands. Taken. That's a big one. Okay, I've had quite enough of that. This bit really did feel like filler. Like the bit with the run up to Titan, that was at least like in universe. Like they were intentionally trying to like test our patience. And like it all tied back together in the end. This was just like Ny'ardbert is bad at errands. Ah, pray do not sneak up on me like that. I was engrossed in... Wait, what is that? What's that god's awful smell? Over-aspected ether manifested into solid form. My word, this is a breathtakingly beautiful crystal. I see my supposition was not mistaken. And I also see you weren't averse to digging through Spriggan entrails for your prize. We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know? This thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. Why so glum, friend? You finally obtained the corrupted crystal you sought, one overflowing with earth-aspected ether. Calm down, I jest. It is comprised of ice-aspected ether, worry not. I suppose that joke was in poor taste, just considering your previous 2 attempts were for naught. Beg your pardon, Ny'ardbert. I forgot to return your crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message for you from Professor Lambertaint. Something about a man named Mark? Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I've yet to ask you why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? It would reflect poorly on me and my research if it were used for evil ends. Oh yeah, I'm blowing up Uldop. Just kidding, we're gonna go fight Garuda. Ah, well... Perhaps it's best I remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. I am very curious. If he was put to it, what would the Professor Lambertain say? Who is his greatest pupil? He'd probably list someone we didn't even run into. Greetings, sir. You wish to receive the vessel? Yes. How do you tarry, Ny'ardbert? Our work is not yet finished. Oh, wait, yeah, I already read that one. All repairs and modifications have been completed, Ny'ardbert. Once you bring that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda. We'll need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks to be exactly what we need. Worry not, Ny'ardbert. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste. Please do. I have no idea where the fuck I'm getting a second one of those. I don't need it. The Enterprise is already more than a common airship, but mark my words, soon it'll become something greater. Something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do. This might be a bit of a shorter episode than I thought, but I guess let's fucking go fight Garuda. With its modifications now installed, the Enterprise is finally ready to make the journey to the Howling Eye. According to my tests, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, and we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell one so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, cannot be sure how this will work. It's only fair to tell you that there's a small but statistically significant chance that the crystal could trigger a massive... Maybe it's better we remain positive. Ny'ardbert, I want to thank you for reuniting me with the ship, for trusting in me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I'm not the man I once was. I do not know if I ever shall be. But I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after the mission, but, well, you understand.
There. She's ready.
Ah, she stirs. To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
Damn it. I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you. Just how long have I worn these damn goggles?
Baby.
Ah, yes. I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. The young prodigy, admired by all. Exactly like his father. Born and raised in Garlemald. It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same? Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your everything, and your loved ones cease to matter? You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not. Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man, with an all-consuming obsession. And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks. Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles. Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home. I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light, it was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pureblood Guardians have a third eye. Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess. The Enterprise was made for this, to carry Eorzea's protectors into battle. I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything. My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
So I'm honestly not really sure what the deal with that whole light thing is. I assume it's a holdover from 1.0, or just like a cool thing that's like, oh yeah, no, you were evolved somehow. Maybe it has to do with Luswa's time spell. Maybe throw us both to the future and the past, or something like that. I'm not gonna lie, this ship looks pretty sick in that lighting. You can see doing a photo shoot here. Nope. Hold on. Yeah. That's not an album cover, I don't know what is. Yeah, one of those. What is it, Ny'ardbert? Don't tell me you're having a second thoughts at a time like this. Or do you truly wish to return to Gridania? Oh, no, Jesus. All our efforts, all our travails, all of it was for this. Make ready, Ny'ardbert, for the end is nigh, be it hers or our own. So I will ask for the, sixth time. Why are you here, Alphinaud? Are you going to help me fight? Beyond those gates awaits our foe. Are you prepared to meet with her? Alright. I got our bros out here. And I have gathered names for them, along with my friends. For our thaumaturge, we have Kokotsu Kotsu. For our conjurer, we're going with Percy for short, but his full name is Percival von Nedrickson Pellinor Crowley V. And then our Lancer is Estelle. So, Percy, Kokotsu, and Estelle. Just in time for them to probably have, 5 more missions? Maybe they'll keep coming. I honestly don't know if the filler NPCs later on are the same. But, without further ado, let's kill a god, guys.
Who dares intrude upon my sanctuary? Your insolence shall not go unpunished, landwalkers. 12 preserve. She's huge. As I live and breathe. Over there, look. Captured kobolds. And a Malja? Malja and kobold prisoners. But why would the Ixal bring them here? Wherefore come you hither, foolish mortals? Garuda, we are come to put an end to your reign of terror. Hear you this blasphemy, my children. These landwalkers would bring me low. You who are bound to crawl upon the earth should revere me, for I am the wind! Did we not take to the skies and slip your defenses? We are bound by nothing, Garuda. You think your playthings give you strength. They will not help you here, Landwalker. This is my realm, where none can challenge my supremacy. Struggle though you may, I shall slake the roots with your blood, and festoon the canopy with your entrails! Slay the unfeathered ones we shall, as an offering to Garuda. They will serve! Leave the Ixal to us, Ny'ardbert. We'll keep them distracted while you deal with her. You can fight? Do not fail, Ny'ardbert. Remember, you fight for the Scions, for Eorzea. This worm would die by mine own hand. Come then, I shall grant you that which you seek. Guys, you ready? Got anything to say? No? Alright, well. Lucky grapes, here we go! Back away, the fillers. Guys, please clear those feathers.
Conjurer. Conjurer, take cover. Okay. Sorry for misremembering that, I guess, Percy. I could have swore that gets killed. Maybe it's the hard mode version that gets auto-kill. No! 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 What? How in the hells? This is my realm. You have no hope here. None. None! Did you truly believe you could defy a god, Landwalkers? My power is limitless, my children legion, and they have rendered unto me a wealth of crystals. Their gifts sustain me, their faith empowers me. None save my children will escape the reckoning mortals, and those who would use my crystals to waken the rest shall realize the folly of their faith. Then all shall worship none but me, the one true God. Of course, worship. So long as the Ix will keep praying, she will never fall. Then let's stop them. Yeah, I don't know what you expected to happen there, bud. No harm will come to you, my children. This is only the beginning, Landwalkers. All who oppose me shall suffer for their defiance. Soon, the worms of the forests shall receive my judgment. The desert vermin next. Their walls of stone will not shield them from the tempest. And then I will take vengeance on the sea lice. Their wooden boats cannot outrun the wind. Tremble, mortals, for I shall visit you all in time, and all shall be mine, all mine! You, Landwalker, you who dared to raise your hand against me, you shall be the first to pay for your sins. Not with your death, but with your life. You will serve me, Landwalker, to your last breath. Man, it's a good thing you don't talk to Ny'ardbert. No. No! I claimed you! You should be mine!
I got a wind badge. What? What are you? What have you done to me? No. No mortal should possess such power. This is impossible. Good job, guys. Woo! Alright, let's go deal with that, because Garuda was still very alive at the end of that cutscene.
Why do you not tremble at my might? Why do you not beg for mercy? Why do you not die?
We've done it!
Ah! Impossible it is!
Kill you all! Is that all?
Uh-oh.
O Lady of the Vortex, O mighty Garuda. Of all primals, the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy, you look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country. I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
What?
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this day? Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Is that all? Is that all? Insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you! Very well.
Seven hells, does she still mean to fight?
Our Lord of the Inferno Almighty Freed brought us succor in our hour of need.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crags! It hurts us so! The pain! The pain!
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to...
That seems bad.
No. No, this is all wrong.
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
Surrender yourselves unto me! I would feast upon your ether! None shall stand against the wind!
witness to the glory of the Empire! It is you who will suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alec had ways of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon, Icon, and despair.
No! No! No!
Jesus.
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it not?
Such is the fate of those who oppose the Empire. There will be no warriors of light to save you this time. If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender. Your skills are impressive, but they will not be enough.
Man, Loki decided to just sort of fuck off as compared to try to take the airship down.
Well, have mercy. What chance have we against such an ungodly creation? And who was that armored devil?
That was Gaius van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and Supreme Commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
Of course. The Black Wolf. How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations. What have you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts, but that was the extent of their aggression.
Damn it, Gaius! Where in the seven hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments, but the fact remains, Garuda is no longer a threat. While I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side. For the time being, at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can. Let us make for Vesper Bay. We shall rebuild the Scions. All is not yet lost, my friend. For we bear the light, and shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
That was a lot. I got a bad feeling about a lot of that. I thought we might have a win coming out of that. So I guess we have to figure out how to deal with the Empire pretty quick. Well, at least that makes sense. We're running out of levels. That weapon didn't destroy those primals, it devoured them. God only knows what else it can do. Well, that was an experience I would rather not have again. Something has been troubling in Ny'ardbert. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage, when Garuda attempted to claim you as her own, I could have sworn I saw... but I'm sure I was mistaken. In times of great stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to be misread by even the most inquiring mind. Forget I mentioned it. What did you see? Because it might be important to me and my health. No? Okay. Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the primals closed until further notice. No beast tribe will dare summon their god so long as that weapon exists. Truly, a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. It almost seems a shame to plot its destruction. No. Bad Alfie, no. Swats with the newspaper. Do I just have like an incredibly powerful hat? Because that's the second time I've been offered a hat, and it was not good enough. The weapon didn't... Alright, that's hardly text. It is past time that we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. Why not just make a different headquarters? Because, like, clearly the Garleans know that one's there. We should depart for Vesper Bay at once. The Waking Sands awaits. Alright, so I guess that's where we'll wrap for tonight. When we come back, it's time to pray return to the Waking Sands. And, I don't know, probably clean up some more blood or something, unless someone's been doing that. Maybe we'll finally figure out where the fuck the rest of the Scions are. Anyway, thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon. Adios.